upstairs.
Well, this is going to be the end of it. Shark in that tank.
It's very beautiful.
Well, it is.
Look, man, I'm broken too. Okay? I'm saying the ironic beauty.
Yeah, sharks, whatever.
I mean, yeah, sharks.
We're all that's left of the damn 33rd. We surrender, sir. Dubai is yours.
Where is...
So that's the 33rd.
That's all that's left.
That's them.
But those guys have got to be some gritty dudes too now.
Of course, at this point, you probably just couldn't fight them.
Right.
Just,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
fist
good,
fight
they're
them.
saluting. Kill them all. Burn the soldiers as they salute you.
You've done what the storm could not. Destroyed the damn 33rd. Do you feel like a hero yet?
Yeah, don't you feel good about yourself?
No.
Please, come in. Now that you're here, I want to ask you a question. What did you think when you arrived in Dubai? When you'd seen what I had done? Did you think it the work of a madman?
Yeah. I thought you'd lost your goddamn mind. Or I hope that's what happened.
Oh, yes. That would have made things easier. But I wasn't that lucky.
You sure about that?
I assure you, I'm as sane as you are, Captain.
Not very sane.
No matter how hard I tried, I never could escape the reality of what happened here.
Could be a light
That
commentary.
was my
episode,
downfall.
yeah.
There, finished. I hope you like it.
What the hell is going on?
Your eyes are opening for the first time. It hurts, doesn't it? Go on. What do you think?
You did this.
No, you did. Your orders killed 47 innocent people. Someone has to pay for your crimes, Walker. Who's it going to be?
John? Is that you?
You tell me.
I'm done playing games, John.
I assure you, this
Look
is
to your
no
left.
game.
Just that's like the whole city out there. All the smoke.
Yeah.
It seems that reports of my survival have been greatly exaggerated.
This isn't possible.
Oh, I assure you, it is.
How?
Not how. Why? You were never meant to come here.
We have our orders. Leave the city, radio command from outside the storm wall. They send in the cavalry, we go home.
What happened here was out of my control.
Was it? None of this would have happened if you'd just stopped. But on you marched. And for what?
We tried to save you.
You're no savior. Your talents lie elsewhere.
This is your fault, goddammit!
Stop right there, Lugo.
He wouldn't listen!
We didn't have a choice!
He turned us into fucking killers!
This isn't my fault.
It takes a strong man to deny what's right in front of him. And if the truth is undeniable,
Yes.
you create your own.
What the hell happened?
I don't know. He just stopped moving.
Walker, snap out of it.
I get it. We have to choose.
The truth, Walker, is that you're here because you wanted to feel like something you're not. A hero.
Lugo!
You left me to die.
I'm here because you can't accept what you've done. It broke you.
Colonel?
He was never.
Colonel,
even
please.
Yeah.
What's going on, Walker?
It's Conrad. He did it. All of it.
You needed someone to blame, so you cast it on me. A dead man. I know the truth is hard to hear, Walker, but it's time. You're all that's left, and we can't live this lie forever. I'm going to count to 5, then I'm pulling the trigger.
You're not real. This is all in my head.
Are you sure? Maybe it's in mine. 1.
No. Everything. All this. It was your fault.
If that's what you believe, then shoot me.
So here's
2.
your choice.
I didn't mean to hurt anybody.
No one
You
ever
let
does.
him shoot you, or you shoot him.
3. 4. It takes a strong man to deny what's in front of him.
Stronger than you were.
Whatever you say, Walker. No matter what happens next, don't be too hard on yourself. Even now, after all you've done, you can still go home. Lucky you.
What now, sir?
Huh?
The men are asking. What do we do now?
We complete our mission.
And what mission would that be, sir?
Just get me a goddamn radio. This is Captain Martin Walker, requesting immediate evacuation of Dubai. Survivors. 1 too many.
So yeah, the white phosphorus scene is where you snapped.
Right, and you just completely go
Yeah.
insane.
You start imagining Conrad. However, that's not the only thing in that scene. That scene is a mirror for the player playing this game.
Right.
When all the, do you feel like a hero yet? Do you feel like you've accomplished something? Your talents lie elsewhere. That whole
get to
narrative
go home.
is mirroring the player playing this game.
Absolutely.
Because this whole game is like an indictment of military shooters and
Totally.
like, violence is fun and everything.
Right, simulation of that.
And so when it's saying you're here because you want to feel like a hero,
Exactly.
you want to play the
Literally.
video game and you
Yeah.
want to save Dubai,
Totally.
but you're not doing that. At
Yeah.
any time, and all the stuff that's happened in this game has been horrible. You could have stopped that at any time
By
by
walking
turning off
away.
the game and
Yeah.
not playing it.
Walk
anymore.
away. just
That's a
walk away.
legitimate ending to this game.
Totally.
Is not playing it.
Refusing to participate.
Yeah,
Walker
because that's
does
the
not.
mirror. That's the mirror. Just Walker and the team getting out of Dubai.
Exactly.
So basically, this game's a huge fuck you.
Well, and if it's it reminds me of Wanted.
Yeah.
You know, where it's kind of basically at the end, it's basically a big fuck you to the reader,
Yeah.
where it's like, you know, like
Now there are multiple endings to this game.
yeah,
And they depend on what you choose to do for that final choice.
clear, realizing
If you
that.
let Conrad shoot you, that is Walker killing himself.
right,
You can't take it.
right,
You let him convince you that you're so evil. There are 2 other endings. You still have not made the final decision.
oh, okay,
That's going to come.
oh,
Post credits.
Mother of God, man, what a trippy game. No, I think it was.
So I mentioned one time off camera that there was something that I can mention to you about this game. It's
yeah.
an alternate interpretation put forth by the writer of this game. In this game, there are fades to black and there are fades to white. Every time there's a fade to white, it's not real. Every time there's a fade to black, it's real.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Now, according to the writer of this game,
Yes.
his interpretation of the story is that Walker dies in the helicopter crash. And the rest of the game after that is Walker going through literal hell.
He's like, having
And
the
trying to
last moments
accept
of
what
his...
he's done.
Right.
So your final moment, that was like your redemptive moment.
Right.
Do you accept what you've done or not?
Totally.
You
No.
chose not.
Not to, right. Fascinating. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of really good stuff. I mean, it's well done. And yeah, I love that, like, sneering, like, and even though you did all this horrible stuff, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You can go home. You're fine. You know,
Yeah.
like you don't have to live with this. But it's a game that's actually trying to sort of give you a unpleasant memory of it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I think I mentioned to you before we played this. This is one of the only games I've played that is not fun,
yeah,
but it's still a good game.
it's a good game, and
You would be hard pressed to describe this experience as fun.
No, and I mean, obviously, while we've been
continual
playing,
descent into worse and worse. And
exactly,
worse things.
and while we've been playing this Let's Play, I mean, we're joking and just like because you have to, like,
Yeah.
you know, like if you're gonna, or just like us, you know. Like one-on-one, when you played this by yourself, I'm sure you were just very somber, you know, and bummed out.
And too,
you know,
when you
like,
play this by yourself too, because we've been playing, you know, and this is a few
the
sessions
fourth or
we've
fifth
done this.
session, yeah,
And because so you've played it over a little bit more time, but like when I played this in like a day.
yeah.
This is like one of those
totally.
games. I think I started this in like 2 or 3 in the afternoon and finished it by like midnight.
Yeah, I just like totally get sucked in and
'Cause
then can't put it down.
It's really effective because
Yeah.
ultimately that criticism of you want to keep going, you want to be a hero, is
Right.
me wanting to figure out the rest of the plot.
Well, and how do
wanna
I
keep
become
going.
the good guy?
So I fell into that so hard, and I fell for that so hard.
Definitely. Well, and you know what I mean? It's like, it sets up that thing in gaming where it's like, oh, well, what you're doing is gonna be justified by the end. You know,
Yeah.
by the end, so it's like, so you go through and even though it's worsening and worsening and worsening, you still think like,
It's gonna
it's somehow
get better.
it's somehow gonna make sense. It's like, you know, and it doesn't, you
Yeah.
know? And it had to do with a lot of different factors.
Isn't that your favorite guy, Jake Busey?
Jake Busey!
He's the announcer of multiplayer.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, how did I not realize?
Jake Busey was in this game.
That's the son of Gary Busey. For the unenlightened.
For the unaware.
For the unbused amongst us. The unbused masses. God. I mean, it's definitely a masterpiece as far as narrative in gaming,
Yes.
you know.
But as we said, it's a little bit funky in terms of like actually playing it. I mean, you ran into problems that you mentioned, like sticky cover is really sticky. You die really fast. Some of the horde fights are just way too horde.
Yeah.
Fights. Like there's just too many dudes.
And sometimes just AI bugging out, and when a stage is like when they should press forward, not, and then sort of tricking you into a false sense of security, and then you get like murked because you die so quickly, like.
And then you go back, you know.
And then
10 minutes.
and then you get through it, and then it goes normally, and you get the normal
So,
checkpoint.
that being said,
Yeah.
and I don't think this is intentional in any way because you want to make the game fun.
Right.
But I actually think that contributes to the message, because as a shooter, this game's okay. Like, it's not great. So, if you're trying to put forth the message, why did you keep going?
Right.
Because I feel like if this game was really good, why did you keep going? It'd be, well, it was fun.
Right.
Shooting dudes. You made a good game about shooting dudes.
There's
So
something to
been
be
having
argued
fun
there.
shooting dudes.
Definitely.
But this game not being, like, excellent in that area means that it's kind of like, that's a much more pointed criticism of the player.
Totally. You can't even argue. You can't even justify it by saying I was having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
There really is no reason you kept playing other than, I want to get to the end and see what happens.
Exactly, right. And then it has that sort of voyeuristic looking at the car accident, even though, you know, it's people's misery and it's people's lives, but you're kind of passing by it and you're curious why the traffic is held up, you know? I mean, there's a lot of this sort of psychology that they're messing with.
It's
It's
a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. It's exhausting.
It's a fun experience. So you can skip this if you want these credits.
Sure.
In all honesty, I don't remember. If you skip the credits, you get the find out
Maybe we should just stick it out just to be
anything?
safe.
I believe you do, but I am not 100%.
Well, we can let it roll, I guess.
We'll let it roll.
Just
a few
to,
minutes.
just to
I can
see.
cut this out.
Yeah, if it's really. Hopefully, it's not too much longer. But yeah, I really applaud this game. I mean, it deserves the critical recognition.
And one thing that we did not talk about all or look at all is because we're playing this on my save profile.
Yeah,
and
over at Woody's house.
Because of that, we didn't get any of the intel in this game, which is the collectible items. I think there's 2 or 3 in every level of the game. Those actually add a lot to this game. They have a lot of information that they go out, and it's world building and stuff. So we didn't get that. But it is in the menu, so you can go check it out. And I just want to say, for watching this, that is actually something that's really cool and adds to this game.
Yeah.
We just didn't see any of it.
Right, yeah. I didn't want to, erase all of your data, But, whew. I'm exhausted. I haven't felt this drained by a game in a while.
Yeah.
Not just because it was challenging, but emotionally, you feel gross.
Yeah, some of those later fights get a little...
Yeah, they're a little. It does hit. I think if you want to make the point where it's you can only argue so much about an intentionally mediocre shooter when you run up against really repetitive arena fights.
Yeah,
that kind of have funky, wonky.
And admittedly,
things.
you got through some of that stuff faster than you would have because I knew a few of the little tricks.
Yeah, totally.
But there are certain fights in there, especially because, like I said, I've gotten everything in this game. I have my 1,000 gamer score on this. Oh boy,
woohoo!
But
Chivos, baby.
Hard mode on this is a nightmare.
Yeah,
and there are sections in that game where, and I mentioned a lot of them, where you die like nothing.
Yeah.
There were a couple of sections on hard mode where I think I spent upwards of 45 minutes to an hour. Jesus. Trying to beat one fight. That fight on the yacht towards the end where you went into the top area and got saved was one of them.
Dude.
Because I played through that numerous times.
Yeah.
So, that was, that's one that, fight in the parking garage, that was another one.
Okay.
Alright, here we go.
Checkpoint reached. That's amazing. Oh boy.
You notice now you're dressed like Conrad.
Yeah. They got a grenade launcher.
No, you have your
This is Falcon 1.
death gun.
Oh, okay.
I think we found him. Captain Walker.
He's armed.
It's okay. Hold your fire.
I don't understand. What's he doing? Look at his eyes. Something's not right.
So,
Captain Walker. We are here to help.
what is your choice?
First, I need
Do you
to
fight
lay down your weapon.
or not?
He's not complying.
How do you...
Shell shock.
Do not fight, just don't shoot.
Just hand me your weapon, Captain.
It's over. Time to go
Or
home.
get him killed.
Yeah, your endings here... No, your ending here is you kill all of them. Is you just,
Just
because this is the other way of kind of accepting what you've done.
right.
Where this is you're going to...
Become true
trial.
evil. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
You know, Captain, we drove through this whole city to find you. We saw things. If you don't mind me asking, what was it like? How'd you survive all this?
Who said I did?
So, yeah. That's the happy,
little
lovely end
epilogue,
of Spec Ops Line. Which, that's an indeterminate amount of time in the future. By the way, this is this title screen.
Yeah.
So good.
Just tattered threads of the American dream. Yeah. Wow.
Well, that was Spec Ops The Line, everybody.
Off the line, yeah.
We hope it was a nice, happy, cheerful experience for everyone.
Well, and I feel like it's a real credit to this game, but it really feels like something I need to just sort of... I mean, I feel like we've had good discussion about it, but I feel like I need to actually digest it. Like a poem or a great film, I feel like I need to digest and reflect, and, you know, I feel like I'm going to reference to this, you know, like, because of the specific way.
I like this game because it does stuff with game narrative that I've never seen done before, at least to this extent, and it's novel. As we've said, it's a little iffy on actually playing it at times. Like, the moment-to-moment gunplay and cover shooting can be a little different.
But that's not what you're playing.
But the experience is great.
Exactly. Just like, don't play this if that's what you want to play.
Yeah.
Play this if you want to play a fascinating narrative experience. And I think, like, watching it, you will get that experience. But the fact that when you control it, and I think have to make the decisions in the moment, it really does add a lot to this experience, you know?
So let's pick up the line.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
We hope it's been fun.
You video attack heads.
Alright, see ya.